The spirit of creativity lives in all of us. It compels us to move forward.
So tell me, do you love someone?
I paint with colors.
I paint with numbers.
I paint with words.
I sculpt in 3D.
I sculpt in code.
I sculpt young minds to go further.
I design skyscrapers.
I design in mixed reality.
I share ideas.
I share experiences.
I compose symphonies of music.
I compose symphonies of science.
What we create is more than just our work. It is our passion, defining us as individuals and shaping the future we share. Welcome to a world where every person is empowered to achieve more.
So tell me, do you love someone?
Good morning. The spirit of creativity.
Anyone know who is he? Hands up please. Okay, you get one. So full name please. Oh, hands up please. Another one said something. Okay, maybe I have many, don't worry. Okay, so you know the person name. Who is he? I mean, what's his designation or what is the role of him in Microsoft?
Chief architect.
No, yeah.
Windows devices.
Window, not the Windows devices, but he controls all the Windows anyway. Devices is the Panaspanai, only one. Okay, good. I make you guys familiar with this guy.
Really does live in each of us. It's what fundamentally defines us as humans. So often our lives are given meaning by creating something out of nothing, from a big idea, a dream, or just a simple thought. It is the very essence that allows us to define our shared future. And like many of you, I experienced my own personal creativity through software development. From creating that first line of code, seeing how that code grows and connects with other code, composing in your mind how it will all fit together. When I started, I remember what it was like to watch it compile. Eventually,
He speaks so much, so I'll just go through. Okay. Basically, I would just go through and then focus you on three main points.
for all of our development,
Microsoft substitute.
not only for apps on Windows, but for apps that span across all platforms and devices. And then we're going to bring all of these investments together to accelerate the next wave of computing, mixed.
Okay. So basically, the today focus or the keynote focus for the build 2017 on Windows 10 was primarily on these areas. If you see here, majorly on the Windows 10 fall creator update. The first update was the anniversary update, which everyone should know, right? And after that, it's a creator update, which was on early this year. Late last year, it was creator update. I got the creator update just yesterday for my mobile. Okay. The creator update is basically for the creator who create more of a 3D and the diagram or whatever the pictures they are drawing in, and so it's more focus on the creator. Later this year on the fall, Microsoft is planning to release a fall creator update. So you would see the demo later, what are the main features of the fall creator update going forward. Okay. The second one is more for the developer, continuous delivery, which is a CD. We call it a CD, continuous delivery process. And the third one is for the Windows, is for home and for the developer, which means that it comes with amazing tools which you would see on Windows 10. Okay.
Reality.
I would directly go through. Okay. Okay.
Paint 3D and the Remix3D.com community.
So basically, for the fall creator update, Microsoft is planning to create another tool which is called the Story Remix, I guess, Story Remix or Remixer. So basically, she would run through those demo of the tool. You just see the demo of the tool, what it can do for your pictures plus the videos, okay, on Windows 10.
And today, I am delighted to share with you how we're further extending creativity by transforming the photos and videos experience in Windows with Story Remix, which includes a brand new video creator. We believe that to be truly creative, people need inspiration, and they need materials to work with, and they need tools to help them be successful. And Story Remix, working together with Remix3D, provides all three of those. You can use Story Remix to relive your memories or to create entirely new stories of your own. Whether you have an idea or you have no idea how to get started, Story Remix is fun, and it's a collaborative way to create stories that you will love. Let's go check it out. So I'm starting here on the Explore tab. This is where I can browse my entire collection of photos and videos. Now, if you have a large collection, it can be really hard to find what you're looking for. So we've made it easy by allowing you to search for people, like my son Oliver, for places like New York City, and even for things you love, like dogs. Thanks to Windows and the power of AI and deep learning, Story Remix can recognize people and objects in photos and videos. So now I want to use my collection to create my own story. So I'm going to go to the Create tab. Now, up at the top, there are stories that are already assembled based on its understanding of my collection. I could relive this day in history, or I could check out all the pictures of food that I've taken right before I ate it. And then, down below, I have projects I'm working on, like this story about a girls' soccer team that I coach on the weekends. I really like to make videos as often as I can because it connects the kids and the parents into the team. Let's open that one. So here we have a video that Story Remix has already made for me. And what's really unique about it is the footage was captured collaboratively by all the parents who were at that game. I just set up a story, and I invited them to join. And then they used Story Remix on their phones to contribute all of their footage. So what this means is I have the best photos and videos regardless of what device they were captured on. We built Story Remix as a universal Windows app using .NET and XAML. And then we extended it to Android and iOS thanks to Xamarin.
Mikey, he's not here.
In fact, let's check it out on my iPhone. I'm going to open it up here. OK, so notice how it knew exactly what I was working on my PC, and it opened me to the spot where I can pick up right where I left off. And what I want to do is I want to add a video that someone sent me of one of my players, Gina, that will be really good for my story. So I'm going to find it, and done. OK, so notice how it still shows up right in my story, right on my PC, so I can keep going. We've added pen and ink support to Story Remix, and I'm going to show you with this clip. So first, I'm going to move forward to a good spot for a note. And then I'm going to write a fun note right into the video. You might have seen inking on photos and videos before, but this is new. I'm going to anchor this note to Gina. OK, now check out how the note follows her as she moves down the field and evades this defender.
How is it?
So I think we need this clip. Let's save it. Gina had a phenomenal game. So I'm going to make a highlight video to really celebrate her performance. And I could start making that video totally from scratch, but since Story Remix has already made a montage for me, I'm going to check that out first. Using AI, Story Remix has picked just the best cuts with smiles and action, and then trimmed the clips to just the best moments. So with no work from me at all, I have a great video with music to match. And it's because of this tool, it took me from inspiration to actually making a video. But I want this video to be all about Gina, my MVP. So to do that, I just touch her thumbnail, and Story Remix will redo the entire video with her as the star.
So you make a person a star, then the video knows that it has to follow that person. See?
But I want a different vibe. Let's try an even different vibe, because Story Remix can do that too. It can give you a whole new look and feel for your video by just touching the Remix button. Story Remix is going to change the cuts, the filters, the music.
It even follows the note.
Okay, so I've got a great video, right? But what if I want to go even further and make more changes to make this personal? I want to customize it. So to do that, I'm going to open up the story editor. This is brand new, and this is a storyboard interface where I can easily add or edit or remove clips. It's really easy to use, even if you've never used any video editor before. I'll show you what I mean. So the first thing, there's this clip at the end where the other team scores a goal, which is unacceptable for my highlight video. Let's get rid of that. Okay. And then I'm going to find the clip where I inked right into the video, move that to the front here. Okay. Now this one I'm so proud of, so we need to let it breathe more. I'm going to extend the duration. Okay. And then if I want to customize it more, I can change up the filters. I can add text throughout the video. I can even add motion, like panning and zooming. And these changes make it feel more personal to me, like I'm telling the story I want to tell. Okay. And then, if I want to change up the song, I can do that thanks to Groove. Just open it up. Think about what theme I'm looking for. I think I want cinematic. So let's try film. Okay, let's amp up the intensity on that one. Okay, now I'm going to select that one and watch how Story Remix redoes all the cuts to match the beats of the song. This saves me a ton of time, because it means I don't have to re-edit my video every time I change the song. Okay, so there's one more clip that I really want to add. You'll never guess who scored the game-winning goal. It was Gina. So let's pull that to the end. There we go. Now, on this clip, I want to do something really special to make the ending epic. I'd like to try mixed reality, but I don't really know how to get started. So for inspiration, I'm going to go and open the Remix 3D community. This is a community site that is packed with the cool things people are making and remixing in 3D. And you can see I open it up right here in Story Remix, just like I would in Paint 3D. That means that I can get cool ideas and content without even having to leave the app. And of course, I'm showing this to you in our first party experience. But I am thrilled to tell you that we'll be releasing all of these APIs so that all Windows developers can have access to our 3D Cloud in their apps. We want this content, these creations, to be easy to share across apps and the web, just like any other type of content. So we're part of the Kronos community. We support GLTF, like many industry leaders in 3D, as an open standard file format for 3D objects in apps. And we also support the Babylon.js Web 3D engine, so that these creations show up beautifully across the web. So I came here to look for inspiration for that final clip. And there's this fireball here that's intriguing to me. Let's open it up and take a look. Okay, so this fireball is in a scene, and scenes are made up of parts. And I can see all the parts that make up that scene, as well as their creators, and I could use any part as a starting point for my creation. And thanks to a new feature of Remix 3D, the original creators will get credit anytime I build something new. So there's that fireball that caught my eye. Let's open it up. And then if I want more ideas, I can see all the ways other people have been remixing the fireball right below it. And I do have an idea of what I want to do with this fireball. So let me move the video to right where she kicks her soccer ball. Okay, now let's put the fireball in the project, move it over to the fireball or the soccer ball, and then I'm going to anchor it to the object. Let's see how this looks. That's good, but it's not enough. I want to go even bigger, and I want to end this video with a bang. So I'm going to go back. Wait, let's end this video right here with a bang. I'll put it right there. I'm going to go back to our remix community, open it up, and this time I'm going to search for explosion. Aha! Here's an explosion. That'll do. Let's place it in my project, move it into the goal. And this time I'm going to anchor it to the surface, so that means it'll stay in place even when the camera moves during the video. Okay, who wants to see the epic ending to my highlight video? Let's watch it.
So this is kind of an app which will be released as a part of fall creator update on the Windows 10, okay, later on the update. So this, I'm not sure whether it is still in the preview, but eventually when you sign up for a insider preview, Windows 10, they would push you the app along with the insider preview, okay. You can sign up for the insider preview anytime. Anyone can guess what is the name or the laptop she was using? Just guy? So many. You can give it to them. Sorry.
Thank you.
This side someone was telling. Okay. Okay, so now I will switch into the other time frame because there will be so many other things as well. Actually, I want to ask his name, but
what I'm going to do, I want to take you through some of the technology and features behind what she did and talk about how we're expanding those ideas into Windows, into all your apps. So think about what she showed in Story Remix. She was moving between devices seamlessly, even from Windows to different platforms, and it involved multiple users. She used different input modalities. There was touch and mouse and inking, and she took advantage of totally cool new technologies.
So basically, I just run through him because you don't have a patient to watch him speaking. So basically what he would mention is, Microsoft is working on a kind of a cloud-related tool wherein you don't really have to roam your data around. So example is that you have, in my case even, I have a Windows 10, I'm the only one maybe. So I have the Windows 10 mobile, I have the Surface Pro, back at home I have the desktop which is Windows 10. So imagine I do some Word document on my phone or Surface phone, whatever the Surface Pro 4 which I am having in. When it is on the cloud, what it does is, wherever I left the document open in, I just close the Surface Pro and then go to the other desktop. It will be right there where you left it open. So if you are working on the slide 3rd or the 4th slide, you just close your Surface Pro, go back home, and when you open your desktop, it's right there on the 4th or the 5th slide. You start working in, that's it. So you never know how it syncs, where it syncs, so that's how the demo is. Later, I don't want to tell you, there is one more cool demo where he would show, which is really, really nice. I liked it. So many times I thought about it, they had done it. But still, I have to wait. Okay?
It's like 3D and mixed reality.
I'll just run through that.
And
so basically,
all of us developers.
So basically, he would run through the design. For the new UWP app which you are developing in, there is a new design standard which is going to be come up on the standard, which is kind of a standard design standard where you follow when you do the UWP app, which is like more of tinted, and you would have the acrylic controls where you can use it for transparency, so it makes much easier for you. So this is the design concept which Microsoft comes up, which has all these elements. Think of it, the Microsoft Fluid Design System, MFDS. So that is a new standard which would have the light, depth, motion, material and the scale, which means that basically it is for 3D, that's all. So your app or whatever you are developing for Windows 10 is already a 3D ready program. So starting from creator update, your Windows 10 by default has the hologram built in, okay? So you can start doing your hologram programming from Windows 10 if you have a creator update. Actually I was thinking to bring my HoloLens here today, but didn't. There is a time to bring in, okay?
First, build more expressive and engaging.
I'll run through this because these are all like, okay, so I'll straight into the demo. So this is the one.
At the text box where I'm running.
So in this demo, what he would do is more of like Microsoft trying to bring the pen as a kind of your mouse. So many a times I used to feel that when I am with the pen in the surface, it's like half here, half there. I can use the pen to write, that's it. That's all. I cannot scroll up, I cannot pinch in, I cannot just click on an image, click on a link, I cannot open up something. So it's kind of, I feel that still I need a mouse. But now Microsoft worked on it and went one level ahead and started doing everything into a pen. So he would demonstrate that.
Writing. And in this case, the text box was unmodified. The system handles this for me, but I want you to look at the nice material design of that panel and watch as I gesture. I can just strike through here and the ink recognition does what I'd expect. So I can rewrite the word I was writing, and the whole thing is designed to create a seamless experience. My candidates are right near my pen at the top, and the Edge and Bing implementation of suggestions is unmodified right below. So all of this works smoothly and really nicely. Now, I want to show you how the pen is going to help people navigate through the system. I'm staying in Edge here. So I'm on a Surface Pro, and I've got a pen in my hand, and you'll see one of the ways that Fluent evolves here is that I can now scroll right here by using the pen. And if I want to go to a new page, I can just click a link. There we go, and we'll navigate, and once again, I can scroll through the page. And we've thought not just about the navigation, but also about things like selection. So I'm going to press the barrel button on the pen and just drag here to select some text. I get a context menu. I can copy. I can switch to Word. I can, again, use the barrel button to get a context menu. I click, I choose paste, and it's as simple as that to move quickly between apps and experiences. Now, of course, an app like Word supports things like that same ink gesturing, so I can strike through and items are removed. And the sense I want you to get here with Fluent is that the holistic thinking evolves the way the pen works so that I get a natural, complete interaction. But it's not only about navigating through the system, but also making ink work better and be more complete. So once again, with Edge, we're working hard to make sure that annotation and use of the pen with your browsing and reading works terrifically. So one of the new things we're doing is...
how many of you are developers who are doing WPF or Windows development? Ooh, very less. ASP.NET? Okay, few. So anyone have, I mean, most of the people might have used the data grid, right? How many of you are used data grid? Okay, so the later demo, he would show how the pen is integrated to the data grid even. Okay, I'll just move there directly. These are like. Okay, so. Okay. That demo will be a later one, so I forgot the time mark. I'll show that demo later. Okay. The next one. This one, if you see here, Microsoft is working on a new concept which is called the Microsoft Graph. Okay, the Graph API. How many of you are using the Graph API for Office? Office Graph API? Okay, so no one. Office 365 already has a Graph API, which means that if you want to get a data out from SharePoint Online, Exchange Online, or the Yammer or whatever inside in the Office 365, you have an Office Graph API. So you write a program and then just pull the data in. So it uses the Office 365 API in. So similarly, Microsoft is working on the graph, and you will know what is graph is. Because as a developer or as kind of IT pro, so sooner or less than you should know about what is the Microsoft graph.
And even the live content that you're working on from separate device islands into a unified intelligent cloud, where the Windows PC will help you roam from device to device using the Microsoft graph. So I'm going to take you through some scenarios and explain how this works. First, let's talk about files. Today, I'm thrilled to announce OneDrive Files on Demand. This is a complete solution for getting all your files into the cloud and then making them available on all your devices. OneDrive Files on Demand will be built into the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update and available cross-device. Now, let me show you exactly how this works. Let's think about Sherry. As I said, she's an interior designer, and at work she has a lovely Surface Studio. And what you see here on the screen is her documents folder, which she's been using for years, and she's super comfortable with saving things to documents and opening things from documents. But you can see here the Windows user experience is evolved to show that some of her files are in the cloud and not on the hard drive, some are on the hard drive, and some are locked to the hard drive or pinned to the hard drive. Let's think about a common scenario. Sherry's going to collaborate with some of her coworkers on a kitchen remodel project. And one of them sent her the beginning of a PowerPoint deck in Outlook, an email. And in Outlook, she said, save this to OneDrive. Maybe she did that on her phone. Maybe she did it at home. And now she wants to work with it on her PC. Well, it shows up in her Documents folder because her Documents folder is roamed to OneDrive with Files on Demand. She double-clicks, the file is pulled from the cloud, and she's off and running. Totally simple. Nothing all that amazing about that, except that Sherry didn't have to think about where the file was. So that's sort of the first thing. What's happening here is OneDrive Files on Demand is figuring out which things should be on her hard drive. And it does that in an intelligent way, but it also gives Sherry some control over this. So if she goes to the Interior Design Guidelines document, which she looks at all the time, she can make an explicit decision to always keep it on this device. It'll sync from the cloud, and then you'll see right there, it'll be on the hard drive where it will stay. This is great for her personal documents and her work documents, but I want you to also think about collaboration within a business. At Contoso, where Sherry works, there's a whole bunch of people that are all creating documents, and you can see their team sites on OneDrive take up a lot of space. This is 1.37 terabytes, and she can navigate that, double-click files, or pin them to her hard drive in the same way she would anything else, and therefore have the documents that she wants and uses all the time exactly where she needs them. And if someone else makes a change in the cloud, those changes will sync right back down to her device. Now, the last thing I want to mention, I'm showing you this in her Documents folder because making the core parts of Windows that people use all the time work well with this is an important part of the story. And so I'm going to give you one more demo here, and I'm going to create a document which you'll know I'm making in real time. Hello, build, because I'm going to type quickly, and there will be typos. There will be typos. I'm sure it's bad. We'll put a little smiley face here, and I'm going to save this to the desktop. So we'll do save. I'll call this hello, and we'll save it to the desktop. And there it is. Hello is on the desktop. Now, in this situation, the desktop is stored in OneDrive Files on Demand, and so syncing is going to happen, and this enables great cross-device scenarios. So let me move over here, and we'll switch the screens there to show how this works across Windows devices. So on screen, you should see on the left Sherry's brand new Surface Book, and she didn't have to do anything, and there's an icon for hello right there on the desktop. Similarly, right next to that, you see a Windows phone. And here on the Windows phone, thank you, I can open the OneDrive experience. And inside there is a desktop folder because Sherry's content is syncing across all her devices. And when I open it up, there is the hello file on her desktop. So what she experiences is the cloud helping her get her content wherever she wants to go. Now, I want you to realize how this works. This hello file is not actually stored on the hard drive of this machine.
So this he will explain how it works, but I don't know, it depends on how you want to get in. So basically it syncs across all your devices which you are connected to the live account, okay, and it even syncs to your Windows phone. So many people might have not seen the Windows phone, so maybe you can see it there. The next demo which I really want to show is I will move in. Okay, so this is more about the .NET. Not much people might be interested, but I just want to show some of the things which are new here. Okay, just with the pen. Okay. He'll speak about sketches. This is about anyone is on the Linux. So Linux, you can now run Linux shell on your Windows 10 as well. Okay, Linux and other 3 OSs are coming in. These are all more of a developer one, and this is one of the good thing about the Xamarin. They are going to announce
device. So let's take a look at that.
So later, this is for the developer. Later they're going to announce Xamarin Live player. What it does is whatever the app which you have developed on Visual Studio UWP app, you can directly use it on the iOS as well. Okay, and it is kind of a live. So just go through this demo. I mean, this is for the Xamarin developer or the UWP developer. They would understand more.
Let's come here.
So first he will pair the device.
It is now downloading the application to the phone. And you can see I have the full debugging capabilities of Visual Studio and .NET right here. I have a breakpoint at line 25.
So the right side is kind of a Xamarin Live player, which is a kind of emulator, and the left side is the Visual Studio. So now you can directly kind of debug your iOS app directly into your Visual Studio. Okay.
So let's just click on Kevin Gallo, and there it goes. The code advances right to the breakpoint, and I can debug the entire capabilities of the Visual Studio .NET debugger with this iOS application. Now, of course, I expect more when I'm working with .NET and Visual Studio. I expect to be able to do live edit and continue. So let's take a look at that. So I'm going to come here, and I'm going to put the live player into that mode. Now, this list view I have here, it's kind of dry. So let's add a header. Let's just add some header code quickly in here. And we see here, just like that, the phone app, new code.
So for the Xamarin developer or the developer who are doing the WP, you know the power of this. I mean, they would understand the power of it. When I was debugging a Visual Studio code, I can say I can pause the edit and continue mode. I just drag and drop the header control, then immediately on the right side it flashes in. So it's a kind of live. Okay, whatever you do on the Visual Studio on the left, it shows on the emulator on the right. It is live.
Downloaded, and this really is the full interactivity you would expect. Let's change the color of the header. Let's go over here, change.
Okay, so these are the changes you can do directly right away. Okay, not so interesting. So let's move on to the next one.
and most advanced headsets in the market today. From the most...
Anyone can tell me who is that? Hands up. No. The person. Hey, hands up, please. Hey, Wanky face. No, you're not. Anyone else? Just a try. Alex is okay. Full name? Who's that? Kipman. Okay. Alex Kipman, who is the kind of the one who manages the full HoloLens. Okay, he is the one who charges the full HoloLens for Microsoft. So he is going to speak about more on the mixed reality and the HoloLens and the new device which is coming up in the market, which is affordable for you to buy even for a VR. Anyone knows? I mean, just raise a hand. Anyone can price the HoloLens? No, Mike.
2,999. 1,000.
3,000.
Today it's free.
3,000 USD.
You get one. Yes.
It's 3,000 USD. So HoloLens, you can buy it for 3,000 USD, and it is a developer edition, which is available nearest is Australia, I guess. I don't know whether it is in Australia also.
They're not going to skip the next version, right? They were supposed to do a development kit number 2, but they're going to push it up to like
3.
For like 2 years.
Yeah. So rumor is that there is no version of HoloLens 2.0, but they are directly going to 3, which can be 2019 or 2018. I don't know. Okay. Same case with the phone maybe. So no news about the phone. But there is going to be another event on May 23rd in Shanghai. Microsoft might announce something else. Okay, I don't know what is that announcement about. Hopefully it is the one which I am looking for.
We are already building towards this future. Our vision has been clear from the start. And this is why, to simplify things, we call all of it Windows Mixed Reality. As developers, we need a single platform, a universal platform, a platform that spans from simple augmented reality to virtual reality, and of course, holograms. As developers, we need a platform that can target PCs, consoles, and fully self-contained holographic computers. Windows 10 is the only operating system that provides this much opportunity for our partners and this much choice for our customers. And with the Fall Creators Update to Windows 10, this future is already here today. Windows Mixed Reality supports the best and most advanced headsets in the market today, from the most immersive and most affordable virtual reality experiences to HoloLens, the most complete.
Anyone know which one is the HoloLens? Hands up.
Oh, thank you.
I have many last. So, anyone want? Huh? What is it? It's a critical question.
And still only fully self-contained holographic computer. Windows Mixed Reality has the most advanced science and most complete platform for mixed reality. We continue to lead the space as the only platform to enable mixed reality devices to interact with each other through a single and consistent user interface, standardized input, and a universal app platform for developers to target. Windows 10 is the only operating system created specifically and from the ground up for mixed reality devices. Windows 10 is the best at perceiving our world and breaking down the barriers between physical and virtual reality. We're the only operating system to support 6 degrees of freedom tracking at world scale, and the only system that doesn't require additional external sensors or complicated setups. With no room setup required, the world becomes your canvas, allowing you to be present in your environment in the most natural and immersive way. Now, I believe that feeling present in your environment is at the heart of what makes us human, and it's the key ingredient to creating mixed reality. Being present isn't just about what you see, but more importantly, it's about having the freedom to move, interact, and explore your world. But with the freedom to move comes the desire to interact. Windows Mixed Reality already celebrates the power of your gaze, gestures, and voice. But
So, anyone knows what is mixed reality?
It's a sandwich.
Virtual reality and integrated with the real physical world.
Okay. Can you be louder? So what is the difference between the VR and the MR? MR is the mixed reality. So what is the major difference between the VR or the MR? Why he speaks more about the MR, not the VR?
VR
AR is fully, so it's like it's just a screen of your face. MR is when there's like a screen, but you can still see your real objects behind the screen.
Kind of.
On top of the real objects, there's like other objects, like say characters or stages. Or
okay, kind of, but the major difference between the VR, AR, are... You want wine? No. So the major difference between the VR, AR and the MR is that VR or the AR, which is VR, you know, virtual reality. Augmented reality is nothing like, it's like a Pokemon game. So in the real world, you merge something there. But the mixed reality is a mix of both, which means that I have the real world, I have an object, which is the virtual object. So you make them to interact each other. Say for example, I have a table here. When I wear the HoloLens, immediately what it does is it scans your space, which is called the spatial mapping. So it does the immediate mapping of your spatial mapping and it stores into your Windows 10 as a holographic map or whatever may be. Then when I start to program for mixed reality, it gives you the physical object of this. For example, I can program, assume that I am doing a dashboard for my home. Okay, in my home I have a plant, I have my aircon, I have my other devices. Imagine I am doing a dashboard which you want to visualize all the IoT input in a 3D object. I can do a 3D object and place the 3D dashboard in this table. Then I can take out that dashboard and then put it on the wall and then pin it. I can put it on some other else and then pin it. And the major advantage is that it has a physics to it. For example, the same data, if it is a 3D object, when I put in here, it has a physics, it bounces and then falls from this table. So that's the real power of the mixed reality. So when you start programming for mixed reality and the HoloLens, many people will just take the Unity, convert all the 3D object, put it as an UWP app or whatever the app, and then just publish it as HoloLens app. It's a HoloLens app, but it's just a 3D app. That's it. It's another 3D Unity app. That's it. There is no mixed reality in it. The original mixed reality is that you should understand your spatial map and the spatial 3D, and you need to manipulate that object. So that's how he meant this. Microsoft has added a gesture to it, and there is a tap or any other event to it. So you manipulate that object using your holograph image. Okay, so that's the power of HoloLens, and that is the HoloLens is a unique device because what he mentions is what he mentions is that is one of the, I didn't see any other device maybe there. HoloLens is the only device wherein everything is embedded in one device. The whole Windows 10 is inside in. It is completely loaded in. There is no wire poking out. There is nothing there you can see outside. It is completely embedded in. Everything is in. So you are free to move. It captures everything. Okay? Question?
Is it the same as Sleep Magic? That's what they're doing?
Yes. The first version of the Magic Leap, have you seen it?
They have some demos, videos online. But
just the video, but have you seen the first version of the prototype?
No.
Okay. I don't know whether it is a rumor or it is the real version 1. What he mentions is that there is one more device which is like $1 billion device. Okay, so many, even Google have invested in that, and so many other people have invested in that device, which is a $1 billion device. And recently there was a prototype of that device. If you see that prototype, you will never even think of that it is a mixed reality. The prototype of a device is like you have to have a big bag behind, and there will be so many of the wire running in, and there is a glass in, and I don't have the picture saved in. So it is like a big computer you are just hanging around in your back. But that is prototype 1. But people are mentioning that over the period of time they would evaluate, and then it would, at one point it can even take over HoloLens. So that's the kind of thing which the Magic Leap has. Okay. Power is running out.
Something's still missing.
Okay, so that is the greater advantage of the HoloLens, and Windows 10 gives you the ability to do that hologram. If you want to do a programming against HoloLens, you need to have a Unity and a 3D object, plus you should manage your spatial map. That's how your physics algorithm plus your physics comes in. You should know your physics, or else it's very difficult to manage your spatial mapping. Okay. I'm struggling a lot to just do.
In the real world, we hold and use tools that.
Okay, so.
Thank you. These motion controllers were designed to perfectly complement our Windows mixed reality headsets. No external sensors or cameras to configure, giving you the freedom to move from room to room, or better yet, from house to house. In fact, these sensors are exactly where you need them to be. They're inside the headset, using our industry-defining inside-out tracking technology. Our system is optimized for where you're looking at any given time. If you can see your hands, we are tracking them with high accuracy. Best of all, because the sensors are already in the headset, I am happy to announce that this holiday, starting with Acer, we will have the most affordable headset plus motion controller bundles, priced at just $399 for the set.
So the full set, it's on the pre-order as well, I guess. It's affordable one, $399 USD. Okay, I'm not sure for whom it is affordable. So affordable. So I'll just go through the major another demo. Okay. So basically, this would be the last demo, which means that this is mainly for the HoloLens mixed reality. They would invite one of the artist maker who would do some stage performance or the stage setup for their artists. So they would go through the virtual reality.
We install all of that on those studios for a few weeks of rehearsals. Mm-hmm. Now, with this amazing technology, we'll be able to visualize the same stage and all the equipment into the same studios at real scale, but months before the construction. That will change a lot the way we work.
So let's create a new stage together.
Okay, so now what we see here is a typical stage with the 4 masts holding up a tenth of the big top.
So we had scaled that lower to be sure we fit in the place.
Yes, we scaled it down to fit this stage of today's presentation.
So let me show you an example of decision that we have to deal with. You have to know that our stage usually are always of the same height because this is the best possible view that public can have. So when we did the creation of the show Curios, we wanted to have that feeling of a traditional circus ring, and also we want the public to see the painting on the floor. So what we did, we lowered the stage by 35%. So even after many months, even if we looked at it on paper, on computer, or on models, it was a tough decision to take. I would say even a stressful decision. But now, with this technology being all together with a creative team, we would be able to see exactly what the public will experience in the end.
Oui, merci Chantal. And for us at C-Lab, one of our mandates is to introduce new technologies like this to our production teams. So we work all together in collaboration just to make sure that the tools we develop or adapt fit what they need. So let me show you what we've been doing these past few weeks. I'm going to now open a creation menu, and it's insert basic shapes for you, Cal.
Okay, merci Geneviève. Moving primitive polygon shapes help me to fill the available space. And from there, it is easy and quick to establish the right proportions. As a set designer, if you think you have a good idea, you still have to share it with the entire team and make sure everybody understands properly your proposal. Now let's pretend that this cube is a cabinet. A maquette is a great tool to visualize shapes, but still, it is not enough to understand and feel the real size of them and the impact they can have into a space volume. Now I'll take this sphere and I put it over the cabinet, and then I group them together and I rotate it like that. Yeah. Too many times I experiment myself problem at that level. Even if I'm doing very elaborated 2D illustration and animated 3D models. But now with the HoloLens, there is no more misunderstanding possible because you are into the model.
Great. And one of the other amazing possibilities of the HoloLens is that we can work on designs we have from software that we already use. To show you an example of that, I will upload one of the stage props that we have from a previous show. So it's an acrobatic platform for a contortion number, and it's called the hand.
Oh, yes, all right.
So as you can see, to put a show together, it's a great team effort. Even choreographer could be able to visualize the space they have to put the acrobatic performance, or even a costume designer could see and be helped to create more complex costumes. Speaking about designers, you know, sometimes they are at different places on the planet. So I would like to invite today Michel Laprise, one of our show directors, and Michel is in Europe right now. So he's going to be wearing the new Microsoft headset.
Hi, Michel.
Hi, Michel.
Bonjour tout le monde. I am sorry, guys, I couldn't be with you today, but it's kind of cool to be virtual. I like it.
Isn't it?
So, Carl, there's two references I'd like to share with you today.
Okay.
So the first of all, it's the hand. I think I was wrong with marble. It's too cold. Let's go with something warmer like this, wood finished.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
Nice. And you know, about the background, the turbine, yesterday I was walking in Paris and I stopped by the train station, La Gare du Nord, and it is industrial like this.
Wow. Okay.
Cool. All right. Oh my God, guys.
Nice.
We'll have to continue that in Montreal next week because now I have to go because c'est la vie. Bye.
Bye, Michel.
Bye, Michel.
That's awesome. There is nothing like to be together around the concept to take concrete decisions. Now let's imagine we are more advanced in our design and we are ready at the end to present to the result to the team.
Yes. Load full stage.
Wow.
Wow.
That's great. It's beautiful.
So up until now, we have spoke a lot about set design, but let's not forget what drives us at Cirque du Soleil. It's the human performance. So let's welcome the artist, Geneviève.
Add contortionist.
Wow. That works very well.
Add Russie.
So for us now, to be able to see that so early in the process is amazing and totally new. Usually we have to wait until we finalize our casting and the artists come to Montreal. But now, by looking at it, we could even make changes of some performance or different casting call. So as you can see with HoloLens, this is a tool which can make our work and save time and money and definitely be a good addition to our toolbox.
I want to show you something else as well.
engines and the jets offline. And how long can you train while it's offline? You have these huge, thick manuals that, they're kind of a mess, consistently they get a little out of date. Well, Japan Airlines, that's not how it works anymore. Their employees are taking these HoloLenses out and they are training with as much time and as much space as they need to learn how to repair jet engines. And
also there is one more, this one.
An incredible pizza chain here in the Seattle area. If you're looking for a place to have dinner tonight, I'd recommend it. But they're opening 100 stores per year. I mean, it's a huge success story here locally. But the challenge of opening 100 stores per year, it's pretty extensive because every retail space is different. The kitchen's got to be at a different place, different size. What are the flow of the people in the restaurant? How do people sit? How do we get the ambiance just right? Well, if you have to go physically create the props and then move them around and try them out, that is slow and expensive. Now they're able to do all of that retail space planning with HoloLens. And then there's ThyssenKrupp. They build commercial elevators, but the group in ThyssenKrupp that builds elevators for the home, for those that need elevators to help them move around their homes, it's amazing what they've done. I mean, it's truly inspirational. They used to take all these measurements and then iterate to get everything right. But now they've built an application with HoloLens where the installers go on site, visually map the space, and they've already reduced the delivery times of home elevators by 4x. It's companies like these that saw the possibilities that I saw in the lab.
Okay, so that's all about the mixed reality as well. And finally, that's it. Okay, so that's about the keynote 2 on the day 2. Okay, but the build is still running on, so there is one keynote today 11 p.m. as well. This is more of a business, so if you want you can watch 11 p.m. as well. Okay, so what do you think about the HoloLens? But the one which they have shown is kind of a real use case kind of a scenario. It is not something that comes up. Okay, 1 or 2 years before when they do some demo on the HoloLens, it was kind of assumption that they did some of those projects, but more and more companies started using it, and it becomes like virtual reality. Okay, so you start to program for HoloLens. Mixed reality is the future, I tell you. So even the creator of the HoloLens and those people, they have already mentioned that smartphone is dead. So the next one is more likely will be someone would come up with a device where you can see the hologram. That's it. Then everything is going to be 3D and the hologram. So now the normal developer era is finished. Now the 3D people. If you know anyone from Maya or the 3D creator, they are going to survive. Next. And Microsoft is working on one of the tool which is called the 3D capture. I don't have the demo now. So they shown the demo of the 3D capture app from the Windows phone, wherein you have any object even, you can scan around, then it creates a 3D object inside your mobile phone. Then you can start using that object as a 3D object. Okay? Okay? Yeah. One question? Yeah.
Just a small question. Related to this HoloLens, how does it work? Do you have any idea how does it work when it's extreme dark or extreme light?
Extreme light, good question. Extreme light, you might not see that holographic images. It needs certain.
Real eyes would detect it.
No, real eyes would see. You would see the real world, but the hologram which it projects in, if it is extremely light on the sunlight, you will not see it much. Projection you will not see. If extreme dark, it's somewhat okay. Your eyes would start to strain. And to be frank, I cannot use the HoloLens more than 15 minutes on my head. It's so heavy. It's so heavy. Okay. But version 3 they might slim down. I don't know. Yes.
So she mentioned that when you use the sort of templates, the author will get credits and so on. So So would I be right to say that you have to use the tool on the AS so the internet knowledge to use it?
It's up to you. You can create your own 3D models. What she had mentioned is you can already start using the community one which they have already published in. So once you start using their own models, then they get to know that you are using it, then the credits would be added to them.
So that means you have to connect it online.
Yes. Yes.
So you can't download it offline.
You can download it offline. It's like a normal store. You go to the store and then download the asset. Once it is downloaded, then it is offline. Okay, any other question? Anyone who are really keen to develop Windows Phone app or Windows app or Windows 10 UWP, then I have the promo code. You can use it.
No more questions.
No questions. No, I would reserve it for myself. I can create multiple accounts. Yes, one question. There was one who raised the hand. No one. Okay, maybe they forgot. So hopefully it was good. The next session. So next session we will try to make it short. He just speaks about Visual Studio, some update on the Visual Studio. If you are a kind of a developer, you can get to know what is the Visual Studio update. Okay, you're going to run the video or